Hello and welcome to Frequency Finder, the SRC Music Podcast. This is the space where we dive into the stories, sounds and chat to the people shaping the music scene here in Northern Ireland. I'm Amy Carson and today's episode is part 2 of all about discovering new sounds, new music and your new favourite artist. Today I am joined by 4 wonderfully talented guests and we're about to dive into their new music, releases and unpack the creative processes behind their tunes. So let's go ahead and meet them all. Joining me on the sofa, we have got songwriter and guitarist Auldsy. We've got producer from Discworld, Oran, singer-songwriter Raine, and the creative mind behind STEVY SYLVA, Dylan. So welcome to Frequency Finder, everyone.
Thank you. Hello. It's great.
Cool. So let's start off with listening to one of your tunes. So we're going to listen to a Discworld tune first. So Oran, tell us a bit about who you are, Discworld.
Discworld is a 4-piece band. It's me, Joel and Ronan from here in the Tech, and then our friend Harry who used to study here. We just make like electronic pop rock music. We love artists like Porter Robinson and stuff like that, and we just kind of want to bring that kind of sound to Northern Ireland.
Cool, so let's go ahead and listen to a bit of your track.
Awesome.
Sounds great, Oran. So thinking about kind of that sound, what has been your influences or the genres that have really helped shape that?
I don't know. For me, I listen to like a lot of artists like Young Lean and Blade. So like the like Swedish like hip hop like kind of scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's where I pull a lot of my influences from. Just like their overall tone and imagery in their music is very inspiring to me. So I kind of drew from that. With that song in particular, it's built around a sample of Genesis by Grimes, like the bass at the start and everything, and then there's the vocal sample going through the chorus. So yeah, just kind of drawn from those things, and then just like bringing in elements of like breakcore and a little bit of jungle as well. Yeah.
Cool. So it's a real broad range, kind of where you get your inspiration from, and add it to your music, which is really cool. James, for you, is it a similar story, or is it been influenced from things at home that help you?
Yeah, a lot of influences. My dad really brought me up in the metal scene, which is great. That was his sort of jazz, I guess, and then. Also, my uncle played in a Gary Moore cover band, so he was a bassist, which is really cool. That was sort of my first sort of look into live music. I was like, cool, I want to try this. And I was like probably 8 or 9 that time. And then started playing guitar, and I'm here now. So
cool, so it stuck with you?
Pretty much, yeah. And then finding my own way in that, and finding artists such as Steve Vai, Devin Townsend, guys like that, just... they can just really express themselves really well with their instruments, and that's what I aspire to do in my music.
Nice one. Dylan, for you, what was being your influences when you were writing your music?
Well, definitely like an artist that I look up to is Kanye West, which is kind of difficult for me to actually say nowadays from stuff that he's been doing recently. But his old music will always hold a special place in my heart, from like that getting me into music, and that like showed me that, well, almost opening this new world for me. But you know, I grew up like James, like my dad listened to music, but it's only whenever I'd go to them artists myself listening to them I'd really find like influence in them. Daft Punk, for example, for the song Lovesick, heavily influenced. Like pretty much the chord progression of it is what do you call it? Something About Us. Like it's very influenced by it, and I think that's something that I have to try and balance still is influence and my own image. But yeah.
Cool. Nice one. Think maybe listen to another track now, and we're maybe going to go to Raine to listen to a track. So Raine, tell us about kind of who you are and what you do.
I started making songs like maybe 2.5 years ago, and I don't know, when I was like younger, I never really, I'm not saying I wasn't into music, but I never found like a genre of music that I really liked. And then one day I heard like this like kind of nostalgic kind of surf rocky band called Triptides, and ever since then I've always wanted to make music kind of like that like indie pop kind of sound, and I try to like, I'm always trying to find like nostalgic sounds that, I don't know, keep you coming back to the songs. And I love to try and get a nice bass tone because I think it's like the best part about a good song. And I love bands like Beach Fossils, and there's a band called The Plums that's really good. I like the sounds of there.
So this track that we're going to listen to is on your EP?
It's on my EP that comes out tonight.
Okay.
On the 8th of May.
Let's have a listen. Nice one. So thinking about kind of then like the songwriting side of that there, how do you approach kind of songwriting? Is it just you with guitar? Do you start with lyrics or a riff, or do you bring people into that there?
No, for me, I usually do the lyrics last. I always start with the bass because I find it's easiest to build around that. And obviously it starts with just one melody, and then you write something, then you can kind of introduce like choruses and bridges. If I try to write a song with like just a guitar, I always just find that I'm really bored by the things that I play. I don't know why. So I always try to like layer and slowly build up a song. And that's how I normally do it.
Nice one. And is it the instrumentation that challenges you in that their way, or what is like kind of like your biggest block when it comes to songwriting?
Probably motivation, maybe a lot of the time. Self-confidence in what I'm writing, and I can't really come up with a melody that I like unless the whole instrumentation is all sorted out. And also, it sometimes takes me a long time to write songs that I want to release, but
you get there.
Yeah, I'm happy enough with what I've got for this EP.
That's good. That is. Oran, for you, thinking about kind of like Discworld has had a number of tracks out. Is there a song or that really kind of captures your sound? Or was a shift in your sound? And what is kind of the story behind it?
I think the track you played, Fly Away, I think it's kind of like our
that was the moment when you kind of found it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the stamp. Because before, I'd released an EP, Discworld, and it was just kind of like finding my place. And it's a bit all over the place. It's it's just a little bit wobbly. And then afterwards, I released like these almost like bedroom pop songs. But coming to write Fly Away, I feel like I really came into myself, like finding that specific pocket. But I don't know, it's always difficult finding that, like Raine said, just like the confidence with it. I always feel like every time I go to start writing something, it's just like I spend 5 minutes on it and then I just close the laptop and delete everything.
Fair enough.
Just think like maybe it's time to just hang up the coat.
Never time.
No, I keep going.
Keep going. James, for you, it's maybe like a little bit of a different story because you're not so much thinking about lyrics and things like that. It's more instrumental.
Honestly,
stuff.
not really.
Not really.
I find it really hard starting. That's the tough part for me. Getting an idea that I really can roll with and keep building and building and building on. But yeah, it's obviously don't do vocals and stuff, which makes my job arguably a bit easier. But but yeah, I just find that really looking at different styles and learning from them. For example, I'm big into, believe it or not, I like Ennio Morricone, the famous film composer.
Yeah.
I like all of the Western stuff he makes, and I find I'll be able to incorporate them into my songs and stuff. Like strings and sort of brass sections and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, super fun.
Cool. Well, I think Dylan, it's maybe your turn to hear a track from you. So Dylan, who's Stevie Sylva?
Stevie Sylva's a kind of persona that I made for myself going into the rap. Actually making music in general. I mainly made it for this album, Silva Swish, but I was thinking of just keeping it, keeping the name. I kind of like it. It's a good name to it. My Eyes is kind of like almost my superhero persona, but yeah, this track is one called Lovesick. We wrote it for the album Silva Swish, me and a couple of other guys. So yeah.
Cool. Let's have a listen.
I like to see what you've been up to, baby. But then again, you've been so distant lately, cannot see you. But when we talk, I'm stumbling over my words, talking and cutting you off. Dry conversations dead, Abby and Phil with a cough. Every text is ending with the backspace. I need to know, did you like me in the first place? Oh, you're getting sick of my love, and you're getting sick of my love. I'm feeling nothing at all. You're getting sick of my love, and you're getting sick of my love. I'm feeling nothing at all.
Cool. So you just said there that even though that you're Stevie Sylva, you collaborate with a lot of other musicians. So how do you go about that there process?
Yeah, so it's actually funny because, it's more of I come up with the idea first, and I think that it's finishing it. That's my big issue, With this song in particularly, I came up with the idea, and I got into a room with Luke, Nathan, and Adam, who now we've assembled Sylva and Friends. Nice. Probably should come up with a better name for it, but yeah, we got into a practice room, and basically it was a thing where I delivered this idea and everybody brought their own things to it. And I think that it created this unique song from other things I've made because they brought like their influence from like wherever they got it. And, I think it all comes together, amalgamates into this track that I think is truly special.
Cool. It's a really positive experience when you've got those people around you kind of helping.
Yeah, I mean, I do like making music by myself. It's fun, but you know, you do get caught up with doubting yourself and thinking of just scrapping the whole thing. So if you have somebody else even there to just tell you this is good or this is bad, I think it goes a long way in helping you release stuff.
Yeah. And Oran, do you have like a similar experience like with your band dynamic? Like how do you manage that there when there's ever creative differences, or maybe there's not creative differences?
I don't know. The writing is it's difficult for us because we try to do it a couple of different ways. Each person coming up with different ideas, bouncing it between each other. Sorry, but it is usually just like sending it to the group chat, let everyone have a go at it, and just see where it goes from there. And if an idea sticks, it sticks.
It sticks. Yeah, cool. Raine, for you, are you solely like writing by yourself, or do you get collaborators in, or do you enjoy that there when other people?
In this project, when it comes to writing and recording the songs, I've done it all by myself. But obviously, for gigs that I have coming up and stuff, I've got a whole band playing with me, and without them, the songs sound empty. So it's nice to write everything yourself and then hear it be like brought to life with everybody playing their parts. So, yeah. But I think I do enjoy, for the most part, writing everything myself because I don't know. I get like I'm afraid to tell if somebody writes a part for something and I don't like it. I kind of feel bad, so I just would rather do it myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. James.
Yep.
It's now your track up next. So who's James and who's Auldsy?
Yeah. So James is sort of my daytime thing. Kind of like Dylan with Stevie Sylva. No, but on all of my socials, I go under the name Auldsy because my second name is Aulds, and I wasn't very creative, and I just put a Y at the end, to be honest with you. But I am a instrumental guitarist mainly. So I really, like I said, I'm influenced by Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, guys like that. And I just gave it a go and thought I would make my own project and just work on myself and just try to put all my theory knowledge into a cool song.
Cool. And this is from your latest EP?
Yeah, it is out now on all streaming
one.
platforms.
Let's have a listen. Cool, so that's streaming now.
Yeah,
which is great to hear. So obviously this is like your first EP that you put out to the world.
Yeah.
What do you think, or what are you hoping for in the next year, 2 years, 5 years? What's the big plan?
Well, the plan now is to take that music and try and gig with it. It's all good making music, but I want to share what I can do on stage and, get a band together and just have fun pretty much. I'm not taking it too seriously at the moment. I'm just really looking to have fun, to be honest, on stage and just, try and build a name for myself. And if people listen to my stuff, they do,
Yeah, just build that audience.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Raine, for you, what's the master plan? What do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time.
Okay, maybe 8 years.
I don't know. When it comes to like the Raine project, I never really like plan like what I'm gonna do. I kind of write a song every now and again, and like kind of the old like if I find something I really like, then I'll record it, and then if I really like the sound, I might build a project, sort of like an album or whatever. I haven't actually got an album yet, but 5 years, I don't know, because I'm in a band that I would say is like coincides with the project, so I would like to pursue both and kind of because I like them both for very different reasons and I get different things out of them. So definitely more Raine stuff on the way.
More Raine stuff on the way. Well, that's great to hear. For Discworld, Oran, what's in the pipeline for Discworld?
Lord knows. No, I don't think there's any real plans per se. Just write music, release it, play shows.
You've been gigging quite a bit, so you said?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of shows with U-Tree in the Newry area. But hopefully in the future we can, broaden our range. Maybe go into Belfast. I hear people over there like music. But yeah, that's just about it really. Just broaden the audience.
And Dylan, what's the big plan? Is Stevie here to stay?
I could sit here and say, I'm going to be rich and famous, I'm going to make it, everything like this. But I feel like hoping for something like that is far-fetched. So my plan is to just keep on making music, keep on getting ambitious with the music and everything around it, and kind of be doing what I'm doing, but to different extents, experimenting a little bit more, even getting some more features on tracks and stuff. That's kind of the plan, I think.
Cool, nice one. So it's been great to kind of hear like all your stories and all your projects and get a glimpse into kind of your creative process. One last thing before we go, what is your one piece of advice for people coming up to do what you have done, their first EP? What is the one piece of advice that you'd give them?
I guess I'll go.
You go first.
Yeah. I guess don't pretend like you know everything. Be willing to take advice from other people and be willing to try out ideas, even if you're against it, even if you don't really trust it, go for it. Yeah, basically.
Nice one. This side of the sofa, we got any?
Yeah. Just work hard, to be honest with you. You have so much equipment and cool stuff in this building, you might as well make the most of it. Your fellow students, they're all ambitious like you, and you've got some great tutors who are able to help you. So just make the most of it and just work hard. Yeah.
Cool, nice one. Any other piece of advice we got?
Just don't take it so seriously, I guess.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, just have fun with it. It's not that deep. It's just have fun. It's not the end of the world if you're a little bit goofy. Just go up on stage and have fun. Don't try present yourself as the complete opposite of what you are.
Yeah.
Just be you, and then people will in the end respect that.
Nice one. Raine, what's your parting wisdom?
Don't leave things to the last minute. And also don't rush things. I think if you are dying to if you write a song and you really like it or whatever and you're dying to get it out, you might just be like, oh, that's good enough, I'll release that. But I'd say you want to honestly be listen to it on 100 devices and you want to make sure it's the best song ever, and then
put it out there.
Take out of that what you want.
Cool. Well, this has been such a great chat. Thank you to all of our guests today, James, Oran, Raine and Dylan. And to everyone listening, be sure to follow them on socials, stream their tracks and catch them live whenever you can. We will have links to all your socials in our show notes. Join us again on Frequency Finder, the SRC Music Podcast, for more conversation with the artists, producers and industry voices shaping the NI music scene. See you next time.
You've been listening to a Factory 61 produced podcast.